Are you ready to embark on the Doctor Who pilgrimage, but want to make sure you prepare so you have the best possible experience? Or are you already on your journey, but think you could do more to ensure that you get the most out of it? Then this video might be able to help. Hi, fellow time travelers. If you're new here, I'm Dave Ringo, Doctor Who historian, interpreter, and advocate of the pilgrimage. If you're interested in the history of the show, the interpretation of televised Doctor Who as a single story, issues related to time travel, canon, paradoxes, and inconsistencies, I invite you to join us by subscribing to the channel. Let's say you've made the life-changing decision to go on the Doctor Who pilgrimage. And by that, I mean the watching of every episode of the entire television series in order. You already know that much of the journey is likely to be a good time, because hey, it's Doctor Who, right? But you may be able to level up your adventure a few notches. Based on my own experience and those of others who have done it, here are my top tips for making it fun, even during the rough patches. Tip number 1, get comfy. Now, yeah, maybe you find this tip obvious, but sometimes, have you ever seen someone watching a movie or a television show on their phone, standing up in a crowded bus stop? But you should have a TV watching camp set up. Where's it gonna be? On the couch in the living room? Maybe in your bed? Whatever it is, choose the best place for comfort. Grab your cozies, put on those PJs, grab some munchies, and don't watch in a noisy environment. I mean, it's okay if people are oohing and eyeing over the show, but if there's a general commotion in the room, that just makes the viewing experience rather uncomfortable. Tip number 2, get rid of the phone. Get it out of reach, way out of reach. Go charge it somewhere. You want to avoid the temptation to look at it as soon as there's a lull in action on screen. Don't let the propensity to fidget or the fear of missing out control you, because what will undoubtedly happen is that you will look down at your phone and miss something. I mean, why go through all the trouble of watching every episode if you're not truly going to watch every episode? Do you want to tell your friends, I watched every episode? Or just, I played every episode? I was there. I was there during every episode. I was present. Tip number 3, ask friends to watch with you. Do you have any Doctor Who enthusiasts living near you? Invite them to join in. Tell them what you're doing and invite them over for specific stories. I don't recommend, however, asking someone to take the pilgrimage with you. Why? Well, especially if they don't live with you. Difficulties in getting together might slow you down. Just saying. You won't necessarily both want to watch at the same times. So, consider that. Tip number 4, you might want to consider subtitles. I used to be an enemy of subtitles because they seem to ruin the timing of the delivery of the lines by the actors. I used to have a girlfriend with excellent hearing who insisted that they be turned on for everything that we watched, simply because she liked them, and I complained. But you know what? Especially if you've seen much of Doctor Who already, turning on the subtitles can reveal dialogue you may not have known existed before, or make clearer some statements made by the characters. Tip number 5, watch no more than 2 episodes per day. And with the modern series, which has longer episodes, 1 episode is sufficient. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The program was never intended to be scarfed down in huge quantities. In the classic series in particular, a 6-part story was intended to be watched over 6 weeks. The least you can do is watch it over 6 days. 3 days if you must. But I guarantee the stories will be more enjoyable if you don't swallow them whole. On the other hand, don't go too long between episodes. If you wait, like a lot of days between, you'll start to forget what happened previously. And if you do this a lot, you're defeating the purpose of going on the pilgrimage in the first place, which is to observe an unfolding narrative, noting the connections and elements that bind the whole together. Tip number 7. Give yourself the theater experience. Yeah, a way to make your viewing special is to dim the lights, like at the cinema. Try to find the biggest screen that you can. Sit fairly close. Put a backlight behind your TV. Did you know that illuminating the wall behind your screen can boost the image quality? Provides a neutral reference point. The easiest and cheapest way to create such a backlight is just to plug in a desk lamp and point it at the wall behind your TV. Get the best video and audio quality possible. Don't watch the series on Daily Motion or YouTube. Well, you might have to do that for recons, unfortunately, but try to get the highest quality videos that you can. If possible, make sure that when you're watching Series 5 of the modern series forward, that you're actually watching it in high definition, which is what it was made in. The experience will be better. So that means if you want to get immersed, don't watch on your phone. Number 8, get the right aspect ratio. Don't watch the classic series with the picture stretched wide. Old school TV shows are usually in squarish 4:3 aspect ratio. Then don't stretch Ian's head into a football just so you can use every pixel on your TV. It's okay to watch those old favorites with black bars on either side of the image. If your aspect ratio is messed up, look for the wide or format or aspect button on your remote, and that'll correct it. Number 9, watch at regular speed. Stories have been going around about people watching classic series episodes at 1.5 times the speed because the pace of the episodes is slower. Hey, if you have a report to write about it with a deadline, that's fine. But for the pilgrimage, for full enjoyment, try to experience the show as it was designed to be experienced at regular speed. And finally, tip number 10, stay in contact with the outside world. You can add another social element to the pilgrimage by tweeting or posting about your experience. Let people know what episodes you're currently watching and some things you never noticed before, or parts you especially love. It will help your experience not feel so isolated. So there you have it. My top 10 tips for making the pilgrimage, hopefully, even more fun. If you like this video, smush the like button. But did I leave anything out? Maybe you have some of your own ideas. I'd love to hear them. Please write your thoughts in the comments section below the video. My next video will be on how a person can find enjoyment watching the reconstructions. They can be particularly challenging. If you're interested in seeing it, click on the bell next to the subscribe button, and I'll send you a notification when I post the video. Until then, safe travels in time and space.